Alright everyone, sorry for that pause, but we are back, and it is time for this awesome interview. I am here with Juice from the Craftiest Legacy group. How's it going there, Juice?
Great, how are you?
Doing great. So I do have the video up. They've been watching this now for about a minute or two. And so first I want to go ahead and start asking you some questions. I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
Alright, so first question I have for you is, what is your role on the Craftiest Legacy group?
So I'm the lead director of the game, as well as the director. So most of my contributions are all over the place, but the biggest thing is management of the team. Essentially, I'm doing the stuff that no one else wants to do, like setting up things legally, making sure tasks are organized for all the team members, logging hours, all that good stuff. Overall, making sure everything is organized and that the team is being led correctly to ensure a better game. And then I also write music, so that's been super fun. And I've been a musician for quite a long time, and this is actually the first video game I'm making any sort of music or sound effects for. So I'm one half of the music sound effects team. The other one is actually in chat right now. The song that you heard earlier is called Degree Desert, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's in like a very hot, deserty area. And yeah, that's my role.
Excellent. And so you may be wondering, why did we actually have this interview after the Sonic block? And I think watching the video, that's fully clear as to why we chose that. So can you tell us a little bit about this game?
Yeah, of course. So I mean, it's actually pretty funny that you say that. So Craftiest Legacy is actually a 2D Metroidvania or adventure game. And most of it takes place on Ink Island, which is the area that you're seeing now. And the main character's name is Craftiest, and he's an eraser. Most things in the game are actually based off of inanimate objects and art supplies, stuff like that. Hence the name Craftiest, like arts and crafts. The main antagonist of the game, Snip, is actually an evil pair of scissors. And he shatters this palette stone, which creates color in the world and stuff like that. It pretty much controls, the balance of the island. And he was imprisoned in this palette stone, so upon his release, because he escaped from it, he shatters the palette stone, and it's kind of your job to travel the island, collect the pieces of the stone. And the whole reason why he was in prison in the first place is because he was experimenting with the power of the stone in order to create like these beings called Sprinks, which ended up being really dangerous and put the island in danger. But now he's free, and it's your job to stop him. And the Sprinks, actually, you see them in the game. There are many different versions of them, but it's a mix of the two words sprite and ink. Sprink. And it's those like, there's going to be all those like black things with the red eyes. They're pretty much soulless, just piles of ink that form. And you see one in this footage.
And unfortunately, it looks like we are having some issues with some people trying to view the stream, so don't worry, we will be archiving this as well with our marathon footage, so for those of you that are missing the Craftiest Legacy interview or having some issues viewing that, we will archive that for you all and post this back on Twitch and YouTube, so you guys will have full access to it. So no worries.
And yeah, another thing I'd like to say is the biggest inspirations for the game are Zelda, Sonic, and Metroidvania games like Shovel Knight and whatnot, the new ones. Zelda, just because of the adventuring. Sonic, because of the art style. And yeah, obviously it's a Metroidvania, so we play a lot of the recent Metroidvanias that have come out to give us inspiration.
All right, so the biggest question I had for you for this interview was, how did the idea of Craftiest Legacy come about?
So our lead game designer, Jacob, or Craftus, whatever you want to call him, actually had the idea for the game back when he was in elementary school. He would draw faces on his brick erasers, and that's where the main character came from. So that's what we stuck with. Being such big Sonic fans, we originally wanted the game to play much closer to a classic Sonic game, but as time went on, we discovered that the amount of ideas that we had would never work with that kind of game. That level-to-level, high-speed type gameplay. So we decided to go with something that would be more appropriate for world-building, story, and exploration, and this allows for the team's ideas to come to life better anyway.
Excellent. And I know a lot of people watching this right now, including myself. I mean, when I first saw this game being advertised on, I believe it was on Twitter, I mean, the art style grabbed me right away. Of course, now the music is, because it's so well done. So big props to you on that. So I know the big question everyone's asking here is, can you tell us a little bit about your upcoming Kickstarter campaign so we can get this awesome game?
Yeah, of course. Alright, so the Kickstarter was actually originally supposed to drop this month, later this month, but we decided it would be much better to postpone and everything until, the end of January, early February, so, there's that. It allows for much more time spent on the demo and the campaign, seeing how the life of the project kind of hinges on this, there's no need to worry about things like this taking any longer. It's just, you gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, the campaign will launch with the demo, and what you're watching right now is a very, very, very early version of that demo. There's going to be a full area for you to explore in the demo. You'll get to see, obviously you see Craftus doing combat and stuff right now, but basically what you'll also see is all of these mechanics that Craftus has. You see how he has this ink brush that he's hitting stuff with, right? And this is a lot of what he's going to be interacting with items with. But also, it's a mechanic that you can power up. So he can, yes, hit stuff with it, but he can also throw it, teleport to enemies with it, bounce off of them. He'll be able to use it as a hook shot. He'll be able to drill through certain things with it, certain bricks that are otherwise you wouldn't be able to do that. He'll have a projectile. So it's coming down to balancing all of these different kinds of power-ups that he's going to have. We're also going to try to get a boss working in the demo, and there's going to be lots and lots of different tiers that you can pledge to in the Kickstarter, with merch CDs and pretty much a bunch of stuff. So we're actually thinking about getting custom erasers.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Craftiest Legacy 2019. So hopefully everything will go as it should for that to happen. And definitely keep in touch with us, because we would love to have a exhibition when that's ready. So,
yeah, for sure.
So May and November-ish. Hit us up.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Another thing that I wanted to add is that we do have a community Discord.
Yes.
I put it in the communities tab in the Distant Star Cares Discord themselves, but if anyone wants to post that, I can just send this to you, so you can put that in there. And this is pretty much this is what we use for anyone to give suggestions. We give constant updates on the game, and we're pretty much just trying to create this big community for when the Kickstarter comes out. So there's that. And I'm hoping eventually, one day when this game does fully come out, that maybe someone would want to speedrun it, and it can come on here again. I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. We would be more than welcome to accept it. You can already tell. It's a very... From what first impressions are always good, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, so I hope everyone here that's watching this is going to be pretty hyped for this game, and I know I am, for sure, so you definitely have
awesome.
My full support.
Sweet.
Alright, so besides that Discord link, was there anything else that you wanted to mention about the game? Real quick, or any shout-outs you want to give to the team, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout-out to the team, actually. They all work very, very hard. So actually, I'll give a shout out to Kirby64, who's in chat right now. Helped out with the Degree Desert song that you heard earlier. Then there's Jet, who helps with marketing. There's Space Mario and Artemis, two very good programmers. And of course, our graphic designers, Limit and Ruben, along with my boy Craftus, who's the lead game designer and my teammate. I'm sure he would want to be here if he could. He wanted to be part of the interview, but he was a little too busy, so yeah.
Alright, well thank you. I am Toko Tomcat. Again, this is Juice from the Crafty's Legacy team. Please join him over on Discord. And we'll waiting anxiously to see this game released. So good luck to your team, and just keep at it.